Creepy computer repair guy. About 5 years ago, my MacBook broke and I took it to an Apple repair shop to get fixed. I had sexy photos in my iPhoto from a trip with my boyfriend and hadn't thought anything of it since the computer problem wasn't related to my photos. The tech Doug, a mid-30s chubby white guy, was assigned to my MacBook and after a week or so, called me to pick it up. He had my laptop hooked up to a larger monitor to show me what he fixed. One of the things he had done was update my software, including iPhoto. He's going through the new features and suddenly nonchalantly opens the folder from my trip with my boyfriend. He scrolls through the thumbnails until he reaches the graphic naked pics. He opens them up on the large screen and slowly starts clicking through them, talking about new features the whole time. Finally, he stops on the last one, my legs spread open on the giant monitor, and turns to me, continuing to talk about software with his image behind his head. I was so embarrassed and in shock that I didn't do or say anything. I did call the manager to report the incident later, and he got mad and told me that Doug wouldn't do that. So, creepy computer repairman Doug, let's not meet again. And I hope you didn't make a copy of my pictures. My creepy habit while fixing your computer. This is a throwaway, because other people know me on here, and I just thought I might share with you what happened when you let somebody fix your computer sometimes. Not that I am creepy at all in real life, or on here for that matter, but still, things that seem funny or innocuous can get a little out of hand. I fix and sell computers as part of my job, and we get a lot of virus and malware removals as well as customer recycling of old, unwanted laptops and desktops. We try and fix what we can and resell it, but only after thoroughly washing the hard drives as best as we can, after diagnosing the laptop or desktop for faulty parts. Now, anyone who knows computers knows that you can never totally keep eyes off your old hard drive unless you A, write it over so many times, the image and files become too fragmented or decipher, or B, you remove the platters, grind them into dust, and spread them around your backyard. A lot of people leave stuff on their computers that they really should erase. They are also under the false assumption that emptying the recycle bin will make it all go away. Not true. Granted, you have to go looking for it, but we will get to that in a minute. So it started off as hunting down malware and figuring out how people were getting infections on their computers. Some people allow their kids to use it. Kid looks at something they should not, computer gets infected. It happens all the time, and parents want to know what to confront their kids about, so I have had everything you can imagine come up. No child pornography yet. I will go to the authorities if I ever find any. Mostly standard porn stuff and questionable websites. Most is easy to remove. For those people who just recycle their computers, most do nothing to cleanse it prior to turning it in. This is where I started. I would see a picture, video, GIF, anything really that is on a computer you are repairing or diagnosing for resale, and I would think, that's cool, never saw it before. Let me grab it to my thumb drive. I never look at anyone's personal banking information, emails, etc. Whenever you do a data transfer, you need to look at all the pictures, videos, documents, app data, etc. to make sure you are grabbing everything before reinstalling, so I would go through and make sure I got everything. Now granted, you don't have to look at everything when you transfer, but you sort of spot check, make sure you got it, etc. Well, every now and then, I would grab the aforementioned stupid stuff and save it to my thumb drive, but then I got unintentionally creepy. I would look at the real pics of people whose computer I had in possession, wedding photos, party photos, graduations, etc. Most are just plain pics that mean nothing to anyone other than the person who took them. However, every now and then, we get some attractive women in, and they love selfies, well most of them anyways, or their boyfriends would take pictures of them and their friends or whatever. Some people are just really photogenic or very beautiful, so I started saving some of their personal pictures to my thumb drive. I would do it on the sly and take them home, load them onto my own PC and just look at them. A couple of times turned into doing it habitually, then it turned into scouring their hard drives for pics they erased. I would recover the photos, save them, and repeat the process. I would put them into folders by hair color, pose, manner, or dress, etc. I do not consider myself a very photogenic person, and I like looking at people who are. It got to the point that I had dozens of other people's pictures on my home computer looking at them. I did this for about 2 months until I realized it was pretty fucking creepy. I would talk to these people about their repairs, joke with them, give them advice on their PC protection, and I was rating their files on my own collection, building memories of people I do not even know. I thought about Robin Williams in 1 hour photo, the spread of pics he had stuck professionally on his wall, and I got really weirded out. All I thought I was doing was grabbing nice photos, but I was being a creeper, and my customers did not even know that they were being creeped. I deleted the photos, changed out my hard drive with a new one, and destroyed the old one. I have not done anything like that since. Pay attention to what you're doing when you throw away, recycle, or get a PC repaired. Some people use your memories as substitutes for lack of their own. Creepy computer store owner. Okay, I am a first-time poster, so please forgive me if this is the wrong subreddit. So I'll start with landscape background so you can better understand the story. My boyfriend and I live in a little house right in the middle of all the businesses in our town. Our backyard is facing a sort of alley, and our front yard is facing the main road. It's a pretty nice place. There's a parking lot on one side and a strip mall type building with about 5 or so businesses in it on the other side. Well, back to the story. One random summer night, me, my boyfriend, and his cousin were all sitting in the backyard, having a fire and a few drinks. It was a great time, when this random older man wanders in our yard and asked if he could join. We didn't have a fence at the time, so we were kind of used to people wandering in, trying to join our fun. Most time we just tell them it's a closed party, and they'll leave without a problem or any hassles at all. Sometimes though, they won't leave, but those are a whole other story. But this guy mentions he owns the computer store next door, so my boyfriend, of course, being the neighborly type of person that he generally is, tells him that he can sit down, and even goes and grabs and offers him a beer. After putting the beer in his hands, he starts talking to him. I guess it couldn't hurt to know a local business owner, right? I mean, we might get some discounts. Well, like 5 or 10 minutes into him being there, he reaches in his pocket and pulls out some pills and says, "Guys, it's ecstasy," and even asks if we want some. Well, I mean, I was freaking shocked. I mean, I've done drugs in the past, but isn't this a little intense? So we tell him, "No thanks, buddy, but go hard." Then he starts getting very persistent, trying to push these pills on me. "Oh, have some fun," he keeps saying and saying. So this eventually pisses my boyfriend off, and he tells him to get lost. Well, not in so many nice words, it's more like get the fuck out of here. Afterwards, I see him every single day between the time of noon and 2, like clockwork, walking past my house to the liquor store. Every time I see him, he always has his little dog with him, and then stops at my front yard to let his dog do its business. I think he does this on friggin' purpose to drive my dogs nuts and gets them barking like crazy. Because there's like 1,000 other spots for his dog could go, but every day he comes to my place and does that. Anyways, this goes on for a while, and fast forward about a year, I'm home alone now, waiting for my boyfriend to get home from work, and being a very cautious young lady, I always lock my doors when I'm home alone. It's around 9:30 or 10 p.m. at night, and I hear screeching tires outside, and see these headlights kind of shining through the cracks of my curtains. Then I hear yelling, so I run outside to see what's going on, and it's my boyfriend and his cousin. They caught creepy computer guy about 2 feet away facing my living room window. the exact same spot where I was sitting watching TV, trying to peek in at me. Just retelling the story gives me the creeps. Imagine if I forgot to lock the doors or fell asleep on the couch with my curtains open or something like that. What could have happened? I mean, I'm not exactly too sure what he was up to, but it couldn't have been any good if he was creeping so late at night. Now he walks clear across the street to get his beer. He won't even face our goddamn house. I know this because I stare him down every time, and sometimes I'll open my curtain fast to try to catch him in the act myself. Freaky. But now my boyfriend got a security camera and I feel a lot better about the whole situation. So, if anything else happens, or any more encounters with this creeper happens, I'll update if we ever catch that creeper or any other creeper again.